Hi everyone, my name is Will Valida. I'm a software engineer and cloud architect, and in this video we're going to be looking at hash maps in Rust. Now hash maps are a common collection type in Rust, but the hash map type stores data by mapping each key with its value. So while data in a vector is accessed by using an integer index, data in a hash map is accessed by using a key. And the hash map type is very similar in other programming languages for data items such as objects, hash tables, and dictionaries. And like vectors in Rust, hash maps are growable. So the data is stored in the heap and access to the hash map items are checked at runtime. But let's go through an example of actually defining a hash map. So what I've done is I've used cargo new to create a new program, which I'm storing all this code in my GitHub, which I'll leave in the description of this video below. So to define a hash map, we're going to write the following. So I'm going to write use std collections hash map. And this is some new syntax for us, so I will explain that later. But then I'll create a mutable list of items, which will be of hash map type of string, and I'll create a new hash map for that. Cool, so let's examine the code a little bit more carefully before we start inserting items into it. So this use std collections hash map syntax is essentially what that use command is doing. It's bringing the hash map definition from the collections portion of the Rust standard library into scope for our program. This is very similar to what other programming languages do, where we are actually importing this into our program. So if you think of using statements in C#, this is very similar. And then in the second, on line 4 here, we're creating a hash map with the hash map new method. So we declare the items variable as mutable, so we can add or remove keys and values as needed. And then in this example, both the hash map keys and values are using the string type. So let's add a key value pair to our hash map. And what we can do to do that, items.insert. There we go. And then I'm just going to use the string from 1. That will be my key. And then string from, just say book. Cool. So there I've inserted an item into a hash map. What I'll do is I'll just insert another one really quickly. I'll use the key 2, being really original. From, what else have I got on my desk? Keyboard, since you can hear me clack clack. And I'll insert a final item, and this time this key will be 3, and I've got some sunnies or sunglasses on my desk, so I'll add that to my items hash map. There we go, fantastic, cool. Now once we've added data to our hash map, we can actually get the specific value for a key with the get method. So let me try this. So I'm gonna create a new variable called keyboard, and I'm going to assign this to get, and then I'm going to use the key value to retrieve the value of keyboard. And let me print this out to the console to make sure that it retrieves the right value for me. There we go. I'll just clear that out. Run that. Cool, so there we go. It's printed out some keyboard. Now notice this output is some keyboard rather than just the keyboard value itself. That's because this get method here returns an option and value type. So essentially what that is, Rust will wrap the results of this method call with the sum, whatever the string is, notation. So that's just something we need to bear in mind. We can also remove entries from a hash map by using the remove method. So what I can do is just remove that item now. So if I go items.remove, and let's say I want to remove the sunglasses. So I'm just going to remove by the key 3. And there we go. And we can also use the get method to try and retrieve this value again, and it should return none. So what I'm going to do is print line. Again, use this notation, and I'm going to go items.get 3. There we go. So we should see, just clear that, run that again. And there we go. There's none returned. So essentially what we've done is we've used the remove method here to remove this item from our hash map. And then once we've tried to get it, instead of an error being thrown, just the word none has been returned. So none's been, this item doesn't exist in my hash map anymore. Cool, so that wraps up this very short video on hash maps in Rust. In this video, we learned that hash maps are another common collection type available to us in Rust, whereas they are a little bit different to vectors, where in vectors we would access data by using an integer index. Data in a hash map is stored by mapping keys to its value. So if we want to access data stored in a hash map, we access it by using a key. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want to see more videos on Rust, don't forget to subscribe. In the next video, we're going to be looking at how we can handle errors in our Rust program. So make sure you don't miss out on that. No matter where you are in the world, hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you all next time.